Okay, I want to talk about the 5 laws of fascia maneuvers. The first one is intention. You get what you think about most of the time. So, an intention is a decision and energy that creates a desired outcome. So, when we're doing a fascia session, you want to be intentional about connecting to the fascia. We want to bring some awareness and some focus to the fascia that we're working with, which has everything contained within it, the muscles, the bones, the organs. And we also want to be allowing and playful and open about how we work with the fascia. We want to come in um, with an allowance that whatever is ready to shift, release is happening. And we're not wanting to come in with force and pressure and I gotta fix this, I'm trying to heal this. We want to be open and relaxed with the body. So we want to be intentional about connecting to the fascia, working with the fascia and being open and playful and light. It's good to connect to some of the things that we want to experience with the session, like maybe feeling lighter, taller. I love that I feel taller after fascia sessions. Um, Also to release some stress and tension from the body, maybe have more mobility, a greater sense of well-being. These are all beautiful things to bring into your session by being intentional. The second law is to pin, stretch, and lock. And this is really forcing the muscles, the bones, and the fascia to work together. When if we think about our body as a pressurized system, when we restrict or localize the pressure in one area, that forces a movement and an expansion and contraction within the other areas of the body. It causes an adjustment, it causes movement, it causes the pressure to flow from one zone to another. So when we're doing pinning and locking, just using my elbow, pinning it in that direction out, putting it on my shoulder, pinning, we are restricting one area and we're holding that grip throughout the whole movement. And then we're stretching. And so we have this restricted area, and then we have movement above and below the restriction. As we breathe and we move and we hold, we are going to see that we're moving pressure throughout the body, and we're getting a balance between the internal and the external movements of the body. It's important as well to maintain the grip. So if you're having difficulty and you feel like it's slipping, you can use a t-shirt to really maintain the grip while you hold it and stretch and move. You might also, for certain larger areas of fascia, want to use a towel, and you can then restrict that area when you're doing your movement and you're stretching. Another important law is counter rotation. The body moves in rotation. Walking is a counter rotational movement, and it is helping us with forces and preventing strain. When we're not rotating, we are causing tension, dysfunction, and pain in the body. The fascia naturally spirals. So we're working with the fascia and we're using counter rotation to hold tension in the body and allow the body to shift. And we're working with the counter rotation of the body, bringing back its natural pattern of movement. The next law is moving slowly. And I really love this, moving slowly, because it comes back into being intentional again. Also, when we're working with the body, if we move too fast, we might have the issue of activating inbuilt stabilizing protective mechanisms like the spindle muscle reflex and the Golgi tendon reflex, which are protective and trying to prevent injury, but will bring in restriction and tightness. We also have muscular guarding, which is a protective response to stress and trauma, which also brings the body into chronic tightness. So if we move slowly, we bypass those mechanisms and we start to really connect with the fascia again. The fascia moves slowly. The fascia moves at its natural rate of 4 centimeters per second. And so when we move with the fascia, we bypass those inbuilt protective mechanisms. And time spent in tension helps the fascia to actually make more adjustments, because we're giving it more time in tension to allow for deeper adjustments to happen. Also, more time held in tension helps us also to have a greater connection and awareness to ourselves, to our body, and to make micro adjustments that help us get more movement and deeper openings and releases. So it's really important that we move slowly. It's also really beautiful because we really start to connect to our fascia, to ourselves, to the whole experience. And lastly, we have the breath as the fifth law. This is also important because breath is movement. And it also helps us to shift pressure within the body. We have different sequences, breath sequences to use when doing our movements. And these different breath sequences help to progressively shift and move different areas and open up different areas of the body with the breath. We're shifting chemicals throughout the body, helping us to become more emotionally and energetically balanced. We're moving pressure through the body, and we're helping with circulation. We have 10 organs inside the body. 3 of them have muscles, the stomach, the heart, and the bladder, but the others require micro circulation to help move the fluids and the energy. When we've been sitting for a long time or not moving, we can become very stagnant and dysfunctional. The greater part of our lung capacity is in the lower part of the lungs, which can be compromised from sitting for long periods of time. And therefore, when we start to really use the breath in these different ways, we start to open up the capacity of the lungs. And we really need the lungs to be working well to help with that circulation. The lungs expanding and contracting is helping to move stuck energy, stuck fascia, and to really help with that circulation. So we're using all of those laws together to make a beautiful session that's going to help bring back some well-being to your body.